Hey, that's because we did just do this.
Yes, we did just do this.
We did just do this.
We did
Yes,
just do this.
hopefully,
Wow.
so far, I believe everyone that is here did get to watch the part one, I guess, of a little bit of this topic.
Yeah.
And other stuff we're going to dive into. So where do we want to jump off?
Others.
Where do we want to start?
I want to start with Cern, if that's okay with you
All right,
guys.
let's jump right into Cern.
Or maybe we should start with Roswell, because it is the anniversary, I guess. This, I say anywhere from the 3rd to the 8th is the anniversary.
Hello, Candy.
Right.
Welcome,
The whole process of the event was a few days.
I think
It's not
that...
just the crashes.
Yeah, no, it was a few days. Yeah, exactly. The newspapers, the government retracting it. It's it's a whole story.
Well, and no one can really finalize so many other researchers and stuff, they all have different dates. Like, oh, it happened on the 3rd, but then they didn't call it in until the 4th, or, stuff like that. So who knows? But maybe we should just name it Roswell Week.
Roswell Week, yeah. Should be a whole
Roswell Week.
Rosweek.
Man, 75 years ago. And I guess a lot has changed, but at the same time, I don't know, I'm kind of at the fence if things have really changed since that date.
Well, and I think it's interesting, too, because a lot of things I hear about Roswell are people like, why are we still talking about it? It's been 75 years. Can we get over it? And I think that I was also in that camp at one point as well, but then Nick Pope told us at a conference. He was like, because I asked him, I was like, why do people keep circulating the same shit over and over and over again? And he was like, well, because there's new people who haven't heard about it, so it keeps it alive. There's other people who have never dug into it before. There's new people every day looking into this thing. So if we were to stop talking about it as a community, that story would completely die.
That is very true.
Spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely true. Especially at current times, I feel like since 2017, we have so many new people that are following UFOs, and I think that there's new people by the day.
Not only new people, but new content coming out about UFOs. So that's a great segue for me to go ahead and play this.
We're headed out to actually go to Roswell.
We have what is alleged to be a UFO crash with several bodies inside.
They basically covered it up, and it was super evident that they covered it up.
There is a headline that reads, "Flying saucer crashes into Roswell Ranch."
Why did the government acknowledge it and then immediately change their mind?
So we're in a different place now where the government says, yes, we've been looking at UFOs. Yes, they're real.
There's objects in the skies that we don't know what they are.
It's the very first time that the government's admitted that this is an actual thing.
It's the biggest story in human history, and people need to get on board with it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually sad that you weren't in the trailer, Brie, but then I was excited that I was in it like twice, and I was like, ooh, get it. But to be fair, Brie, you were in so much of that goddamn documentary.
Yo, the first 40 minutes, I turned to Josh and I was like, wait, is this fucking play about us? I was like, I feel like this is my fucking documentary, the first 40 minutes. And you guys know, like, I've accepted it now. But
Here we go.
It was hard. Well, Jamie even knows it was hard for me to even do it. I mean, my hands were sweaty. I had anxiety about it for months before we even filmed, and I was sweating my ass off in there and like seconds from a panic attack like the whole time, and it doesn't really look that way. But yeah, when I first saw my face, like I threw the covers over my head. I was like, no, because I saw it and I was like, those camera angles, what is that? Who is that? But then the more it happened, I was like, okay. And then I'm like, why am I in here so much? Also, because my grandma's like, a lot of people shoot for TV and movies, and then in the end, they either don't make it or there's only like one part. So I thought that it was just going to be our stories, that part.
Yeah.
But I'm all up in that biatch. And I feel like there's a lot left out of our stories, but at least
oh my God, there's so much of my story that was left out. I thought it was so funny.
I was like, is that it? Like, okay, but it
So
wasn't like it was just
people are
about
asking in the chat what the name of the documentary
I'm
was.
typing it in right now.
Okay.
And I can actually...
If you want to drop the link, Bree. It's called Aliens, Abductions, and UFOs, Roswell at 75 on Tubi. I put A, but it's at. Yeah, it was super cool. We had a fun time filming it. They flew me out to where Bree lives, and then we drove to San Francisco. And then we went and we shot for a total of like what? Maybe we were there for 5 hours about in total.
Yeah. My interview was 2 hours and 30 minutes.
And mine was about 2 hours, I would say. Yeah. And then 30 minutes prior, we did like COVID testing and stuff like that. Bree was supposed to go first, but then her COVID back test got messed up, so she had to redo it. So then I ended up going first.
Which I wasn't happy about because I was like, I just need to get it over with. And then instead I had to wait 2 hours.
And then she went downstairs to try to have a drink and eat and then just mostly stared at it.
I called Josh, like, is it too late to just leave? Or like, maybe the test will be positive. And then
you just have to dip.
Yeah. But
Nope,
anyway,
isn't it?
I mean, it's kind of cool. We've gotten good feedback from people that know us. And it's just kind of cool. It would be fun to do more of that in the future. And I feel like there's a lot of documentaries coming out about everything. And sometimes there's nothing necessarily new, but maybe just hearing it from different faces.
Exactly. And that's what my whole kind of point was, and the point that they were making when they made this and when we were talking to them is they were like, we don't want to use just the same people that everybody always uses. We're genuinely looking for people who are new to bring fresh faces because they're, tired of the same 5 people talking about UFOs. It's the same documentary over and over and over again. So
it's been the same documentary since the mid-90s.
Yeah, so it was really important for them to source people who are actually like out there, which is why, people like the UFO Bros and UFO Jane and others exactly are inside of there. So it was really cool to be a part of that because it's exactly the new wave of UFO people out there who are looking into this stuff, who are going to take it over.
It's actually great timing too, since a lot of the people that we've held on pedestals have kind of been crumbling down one by one. I think a lot of people are now turning away from looking at one UFO messiah, and
as they should.
People are getting more used to a bunch of different people and kind of picking and choosing what they want from those people. So I thought it was cool that a lot of the faces on there weren't familiar faces, if you were new to the subject.
Right. And it was interesting to me to see how many. So me and Brie had a very limited knowledge of who was going to be in it, and so it was interesting to when we finally saw it put together. Everybody, I was like, oh, like when UFO Bros were in it, I was like, oh, we know them.
Yeah. So to answer Janet's question, or is it Jeanette?
Janet.
We didn't get to talk to anyone else that was being interviewed because it was one-on-one. So when Jamie and I got there was no one else there.
Yeah, it was just us.
It was just us, and then we interviewed
someone
separately.
else had filmed before us.
I wonder who.
But they told us, but I don't remember. But they had already left and they were gone. The way they had scheduled everyone was so that there was because it was COVID, there was they wanted to make sure there was no crossovers of things.
And it wasn't at one location.
Yeah, everybody
they went to
places,
everyone's location. Yeah. They went to San Francisco because that wasn't far from me. And Jamie obviously has a place to stay if she flies down by me. And then I was going there
anyways because it was her birthday weekend. So I was going down there anyways. And so that's, it was because originally they were going to fly Brie to Vegas, they thought.
Yeah.
That was the original conversations we were going to have because there's some other people like Jeremy who's in the film. He lives in Vegas. And so they were originally going to do it here in Vegas. And then they ended up doing some sort of a road trip where they drove instead of flowed to all the locations. So they ended up coming through San Francisco and going down to Arizona. And so San Francisco was the perfect place to meet. And it was a nice hotel.
And to answer Enzo's question, there was absolutely no script.
Yes.
They reached out to us because they wanted to listen to our experience or stories and just say, this is what it's going to be about. when we sat down in those chairs, they asked us whatever question they wanted to ask us. So nothing was rehearsed, nothing was talked about previously. It was really just like on the cuff. So,
yeah, we were given like a list.
There was
of,
no
like,
script.
Yeah, we were given like some questions that they could possibly ask us about different like UFO cases or whatever. And realistically, what it is we were just having a conversation with the producer who was in front of us, and then they took all of those things that we said and talked about and turned it into that documentary. So we had no idea like which direction or how it was going to go, or the flow of things, or how it was going to be.
Did you know it was going to be about Roswell?
Huh? We knew that was we knew that they wanted it for Roswell.
Yeah, it was circling around Roswell.
It was going to be like the bigger picture. And the questions that they gave us, they didn't give us until the day before that. And it was a very large list. So there's like tons of things on there that they didn't ask me. So it really was, like Jamie said, it was just a conversation. It was literally just sit down like, okay, like, so when did your interest of this all begin? Or like, you know, things like that. It was nothing like, I think even my husband was like, did you guys get a script or like told to say this? I'm like, absolutely not.
All the things that Bree is saying is because like they would ask a question like, you know, like what did you think about Roswell? Like, you know, can you like recall for me the things that happened and stuff? And so that's the sections of where she was talking about it. So they took her, you know, I remember at one point they asked me about like the Gary's encounter, and I was like, I don't know why I'd answer any questions about that. You're literally going to talk to him.
Yeah, like what? Why?
I was like, I would love to tell you all about it, but you're literally going to talk to him. So like, why would you do that?
Why would I tell you his story for him?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there were. I mean, shoot, I feel like there's so much stuff that wasn't in there. But of course, anytime you shoot like hours with someone, you're just going to take bits and pieces of the words that they're saying and then make your own, you know, movie of that, opposed to your own narrative of that. So that's kind of the only thing where I'm like kind of proud of us about is that, again, that we didn't have a script. It was really off the cuff. It was really just all based off of memory, and what we already know, own personal experiences.
My favorite thing in the entire world is I got to talk about Kurt Russell excitedly, and they put it the fuck in there. I was like, when she was like, or the guy who was interviewing us, he was like, can you tell us like your favorite part about the Phoenix Lights? And I like lit up and I was like, let me tell you about Kurt Russell.
Let me tell you about Kurt Russell.
So I love that they put that in there. And then I don't know if technically I'm a part of a Kurt Russell fan club, and I believe that I'm like the West Coast person of said fan club. I believe I have like a cozy and a pin and a hat and everything.
It is.
What is it called? The Kurt Army.
Kurt Army, yeah, because I follow too. After when you got into that.
Yeah. Bree can attest for it.
You in a cult?
A little bit, a Kurt cult. And for a while on Discord, they used to watch Kurt Russell movies, and I used to go watch Kurt Russell movies when I used to do DoorDash, and I'd sit on my phone and watch Kurt Russell movies with them.
You watch movies?
I'm shook.
Yeah, Kurt Russell movies.
We've been trying to get you to watch movies forever, but you won't do it. But you watch
Kurt
Russell movies with random people, Jamie. I'm so betrayed.
You know what? It's not even that I have a crush on Kurt or anything. I don't know. It's just like my friends were into it. Here's the thing. My friends were into it, so I was just supporting them. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about Kurt Russell.
That is very true. I can attest to that.
It was like Bobby and his homies, and I was just like, I'm going to be a homie with them.
I remember that.
I was just like, I'm going to be supportive.
So if anyone does want to watch this documentary, you guys know, especially who are in our Discord, but it is a completely free documentary, and so is Tubi. So I did drop just the web address in the chat, but it is just tubitv.com, and then you literally just register. It's completely for free. There's movies.
That's a confusing situation. Look at that picture. Actually, look at it.
It looks like they're going to finger each other.
Well, no, he's got his arm across one girl and then holding the thigh of another girl. What the fuck is going on in that picture?
Getting it. Don't worry, we're going to talk about the Guidestone. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let's get ahead of us.
So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there, and we're famous now, and that's it.
Yeah, everyone you know famous now. So this will lead us right back into Cern. So Cern got turned on, right? And we've now woken up in a universe where me and Bree are on documentaries.
Yeah, like what's that? Strange. What's that about?
Like us. Also, too, I just want to say, so like everyone knows that Twitter isn't the biggest fan of us and some of the other people who were in that documentary, and I find it very funny. It was almost like, let's find the people who Twitter really dislikes and put them all in a documentary together. That's what I thought of when I saw everyone lined up with like Jeremy and UFO Bros and then us, and I was like, not UFO Jane, I won't put that on her or some of the other people. I'm not saying everyone, but I just thought it was funny. Like as I was watching it and like people were promoting it on Twitter and stuff, I was like, oh man.
Like, this is great.
It was so funny.
Yes, Chad, you know famous people now. Yeah.
Hey, aren't you guys on the front cover of space.com?
Yeah, bro. The movie is on space.com.
Oh, that's super cool.
I was like,
I mean, that's like a big deal. I was like, space.com?
Fucking space.com? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, Tubi's not that bad. It actually, it's like literally kind of like Hulu, but you don't have to pay for it almost. Like you still have the ads that you have to watch, but like.
They're not often. Yeah,
not often. And
I thought
they have a big
it's
selection of shit there, and I like that they do their own stuff. That they have originals that are bringing people to it, and they're offering it for free.
That's
and
cool.
Again, the people who like did the show and stuff, like we have no affiliation with Tubi. It's not like Tubi walked up to us and was like, "Let's do this." Like,
no,
it was like
actually,
a production company. So
when we got the email, oh my gosh, because like we get random emails like that all the time, but a lot of the times they're just bullshit. So like when Jamie first sent me all the screenshots, like, can you please go look at the email? And I was just like, girl, it's nothing. Like, what is this? Like, absolutely nothing. And then
here we are. She didn't, and I was into it.
Yeah. So, yes, we woke up and Cern is on. Now, there are so many conspiracies surrounding Cern, which we discussed on the stream before this. Really dove deep into it. And I think that it's important for people to pay attention to that because I have seen some crazy shit on social media of people spewing things that just flat out is not true. And I think the Shiva issue in general is probably what like irks me the most because people that don't look into things, they see that and they're like, oh my God. Yeah, so there are things right now. I've seen a few videos of people saying like, well, you know that Cern did a whole Shiva ritual and they sacrificed a woman in front of the building. So of course, and I'm like, none of that happened. My only complaint is no Kari.
I just
they can't afford me.
And then I like this. Now your merch is celebrity merch. Raise the price. That's what I'm saying. We should get more merch sales now. Although to be fair, I will say that as lovely as that documentary was, people might be a little bit shocked when they show up here and start watching us because we're a little spicy. And that was definitely, our spiciness was not in that documentary in the slightest.
Well, if they can't handle it.
But
I'm just saying. So surprise, everyone. Hello. Hey, guys.
Hi. Yeah, we're like jalapenos.
Yeah, but I think that we are well-rounded people, okay? We know how to take a joke, but we're also, I say this all the time, we're also very well educated in this subject. And so we might joke and people might want to say that we are butt sex sisters, which is absolutely not true. But we have fun, so. Exactly.
Sure.
So there's another thing that's been going around with Cern, and that is, I don't know if you guys watched the countdown.
I did.
Okay, so on the countdown is the date. And this is hitting everywhere because the date for the countdown that's on the screen is in April. April, like, 22nd, I want to say, this year, 2020, and not this year. I might actually have a video.
Let's have a look.
And if you Google it, Cern was turned back on in April.
Yes, it was.
So people are thinking it was turned on Tuesday, but really what happened is it was just the run. It was the third run that started on Thursday.
So they have dry runs that they do. Yeah.
Technically, Cern has been on since April. And
on is a matter of, there's different levels of on.
Right.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly the interesting part.
What was turned on in the third round was collisions in the actual accelerator through the focused beam thing, because they have all these buffers that get all the stray particles and stop them.
Yeah, and it starts up in stages. So, you know, they're
Right.
getting like the initial power going, like making sure the magnets are fucking working. And then so every time the stage they were turning it on, they were testing the next phase of it. So that's the phase that they were really celebrating was the one where the colliding happens, because that's the big one that makes all the big deal. But technically its energy was turned on in April.
Yes, but they broke record. So
They
I
did?
mean, it's pretty cool.
Well, public record.
True,
Public
record. There we go with the conspiracies, buddy.
I'm talking, you know,
I
there's
hope-
unacknowledged special access programs. I bet they've achieved some shit with their trillions of dollars that have been squirreled away.
I hope I have a video of this because
Because like, and we touched a little bit about that. Like, so what's interesting is like all the money that CERN has and all these different places that fund them, and they allegedly have no involvement with what's going on. So why are you so interested in funding such things with so much money?
I mean,
That's the question, right?
It's a question. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe the conspiracy is that there is no conspiracy.
So that would be the interesting part of it all, if it's all just normal, regular science and none of it matters, and here we are just, you
Well,
know,
the
being
conspiracy
hysterical.
is creating this culture of everything's a conspiracy. That's the
But I
conspiracy.
was like, that's the world that we live in now, I think, especially with like these things that happen, like major events that are in the news and stuff. People immediately jump to the conspiracy side of things these days.
They do.
Whereas before, when you thought about those kind of things, you were looked at as weird, and they were like, no one wants, you know, conspiracy Uncle Sam coming to, you know, dinner and talking about his weird shit. But now, like, these kind of weird conspiracy conversations are happening over normal dinner tables as normal conversation more and more every day.
I mean, I think it's overly true.
Hey.
People are like bored. It's like no one believes anything anymore. Let me see if I can find this for you.
I was like, we're also conditioned to where like we like the extreme stuff. So like boring, we're not really into boring things. We like the weird shit now. So nothing can be normal.
Extreme.
Everything has to be like a simulation or a conspiracy or a deep fake.
It's because
Yeah.
it's an extrapolation of reality. It's like us trying to make it interesting because it's
For sure. For sure. Like our brains are just so bored with our boring lives that we just make up all these. But I'm not going to lie though. Conspiracy theories are fun. It's not like I'm hating on them.
I mean, I have a
I
better
don't think
idea.
birds are real. I don't think birds are real.
I have a better idea for everybody.
To
Take
live with two.
cocaine. Take cocaine all the time. You should be nose deep in that stuff nonstop, right? But you're not. Why? What's wrong with you people? You're ready, man. And lots of people will say.
I've never done cocaine in my life, so I don't know.
fuck?
I think I have a lot
Take
of energy.
cocaine, man.
Bree, did you find it?
No. I'm going to, you guys.
Hi, Brussels, my
Guys,
sweet angel darling.
So that's my question. If it was officially turned on in April, but
April.
run 3 didn't happen until this week,
Tuesday, yeah.
why would it still say that date on their computer on the screen?
That's a good question.
Because
We should, ask
maybe
them.
they're time traveling.
That bird
maybe-
with the baguette?
Maybe
I
the
told-
footage that we saw was pre-recorded, like the
Listen.
moon landing.
If you want, and I'm being so serious, I will find the TikTok CERN girl and ask her to come on. She probably won't do it because she'll hate our questions and just think we're batshit crazy. And I also
Yeah.
think that she's a computer program, but that's another story.
Oh, you don't
Whoa,
think she's real?
don't gloss past that. Explain.
Yeah.
Okay, so like on TikTok, there's fake things. Like there's fake, and it looks like real people,
You
and
think
it's not
it's
real.
a
And I
fake
think that
CERN
CERN,
physicist?
I think that CERN wrote it's not beyond CERN's capability to write a little AI for a social media app
mean,
to make them look good. You know what I'm saying? And to
Yeah,
post
you're
little
not
live
wrong.
videos,
I wouldn't
doing
put it
little
past them.
TikTok challenges at CERN, like baby, she's a bad bitch.
I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
seem to download it. I
CERN
wonder
AI girl.
if
That's
I
what I'm
show you
saying.
guys if you can see. I'm gonna attempt.
What are we looking at? Oh, that yeah, 5:25, 4:25:22 at 10:04 a.m.
In the morning.
This could have been running like on one of the screens. They could have been running a graph of of the previous test as a baseline while they're doing the current test, so they can see if anything's different. So don't jump to conclusions on
Totally.
it.
Well, not jump, but I will. How about I jump to questions?
There's always something with this. There's always something people go, but what about this? Oh, what about this? Like, take a step back and look at the whole thing.
Well, I say yay.
Yay!
I say yay.
Guys.
And okay, so like I know that I said on Tuesday that it could cause big bangs, and I was like, no, sorry.
Black holes.
Black holes. But then I looked it up today, and it's fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the website. It says, yes, the proton collisions generated by the Large Hadron Collider convert energy to mass, recreating some effects of the Big Bang. Shit.
I was like, is a Big Bang, can it turn into a black hole?
Yeah.
Because of all the energy, right? It goes out and then
if it collapses in on it, if it like inverts the polarity, then yeah.
So technically, they're creating both.
Yeah.
Oh, especially because they say that it like dissipates and goes away really fast. Where are they creating a universe really quick and then collapsing it on itself? Oh my God, what if they're creating entire civilizations or versions of us inside of this machine and then killing all of us instantly? Because it's creating a new little universe with our particles, and then it fucking collapses back down and dies.
Apparently, they are so small that they die like instantly.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
That they not only don't escape like the collider itself, but they almost can barely even, like, it happens so fast.
Nanoseconds.
And they're just on such a small microscopic scale that it's not doing anything.
And they want to ban abortion.
Right. But it is the 10-year anniversary, or July 5th, I guess, was the 10-year anniversary of when they did discover the Higgs boson. So I assume that they will find some more tingies. But I don't think that they are necessarily creating new timelines and things like that, even though, I mean, it has taken over the internet. Taken over. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the videos, but there's like green skies.
Oh, we know what that is.
Everywhere.
That was a weather phenomenon.
Well, they're saying it's a phenomena because of CERN.
No, because Mr. Keen himself asked us on Twitter, and I said, let me consult my weather expert, and then my weather expert found the answer. Yeah, here.
Okay, all right. It's her time to shine. Pop off, Queen. I don't know. That happened. I had
let her shine. Let her tell me
I
why.
will. I'm just leading up to the fact that after what happened with CERN, leading up to it, I had severe malfunctions, computer-wise.
Oh, computer-wise, you did, yeah.
Power-wise, I wasn't the only one. Is it awkward timing, or is CERN really having an effect? I wanted to get your guys' feedback, but first we will definitely go to Kari.
Hello, everybody. So,
today you're going to learn.
Wait, we need like a ding, 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 ding.
Right, exactly.
So,
you sound like Goofy when you say that.
I mean,
you're Russian fed.
And also,
oh wow,
I think that
Kari, look at that.
people should learn, right?
Thank you, the quarter.
Wow, thank you.
Holy shit.
Well,
good to have you here, man.
Thank you. Hello, welcome.
Next time that happens, I'm gonna drop
Thunderstorms turn green.
Come do butt stuff with us.
Come do butt stuff. It's like a ritual.
And
I've been totally thrown off with my weather story now.
I know.
So thunderstorms turn green when there's enough hail up in the top layer of the atmosphere. It starts refracting light, and it refracts the red spectrum in light and only refracts green, and that's why thunderstorms turn green. It's really cool.
Hold on. You said it reflects the
Wait, I have a link. I have a freaking link somewhere.
Why does it turn green if it's red?
What? It's splitting the whole spectrum, Bree. You know, the rainbow.
Do you not understand how light works? She's like,
let's
no,
go
I
to
don't.
weather.com.
There we go. Oh my god.
Here, let
an
me
official
Google that
website.
for you.
Yeah, let me Google it.
So yeah, that's how it happens. Is when the updraft is strong enough to throw freaking ice up into the sky. It refracts. It's like being underneath ice. When you're underneath a load of ice and it's refracting only like green and it's see-through ice, but it's refracting only a certain wavelength.
Yeah, it's like that
of
under the
light
water
coming
too.
through.
That's why when you're
Right.
inside the ocean, it looks a certain way. It looks a green. No, I
Right.
totally
Is that
understand where
also
you're coming
why
from.
I learned from
Same reason the sky
Enzo?
is blue.
I learned from
No way.
Enzo that like when a bad tornado is gonna happen or some shit, like things turn green, like the sky or around it or whatever has like a green
That's
tint.
literally, yeah, what Enzo was just saying. He just said I've seen that a few times here in Kansas.
Right. Oh shit.
Well, we're not in Kansas
Oh, shit.
anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
So
Okay.
what's next on the
Chrissy, wake
agenda, Bree?
up.
Chrissy, wake up.
What was next? We've done
And
Rosewell.
so
and
like,
Cern.
yeah, this has all happened in the same week. I feel like something weird is happening. One of the bigger things I think that also overtook the internet since CERN's been turned on, a lot of people are blaming this on CERN, is the demolishing of the Georgia Guidestones.
Yes.
Pretty wild, right?
And
Pretty
here to
freaking
teach us
wild.
all about that is Kari.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me
Ding,
again.
ding, ding.
It's me.
So I have a shitload of stuff. I have like 20 tabs, but we're just gonna cycle through it real quick. So if you didn't know, the Georgia Guidestones got like obliterated last night. And share screen. I'm a boomer.
I'm a
100%
boomer,
Commander
I'm a boomer.
Keen. George Bush did a lot of
Kaboom!
Oh, okay, we're gonna have a lot of conversation about this, Kari.
It looks like a fucking
No, I know we are.
strike
I know we
down.
are, Jamie, because like you're like staunchly opposed to me thinking this was lightning.
They're very
And
I
I will
it's
admit,
lightning.
I've thought about it today, and I will kind of walk it back, and I'm open to the possibility it wasn't lightning. But
They
tell
have
me,
the car.
Hold on.
tell
Pause.
me one.
Pause.
I'll just find the
Before we
freaking
get to
tweet
the
now.
debate, I would like Kari to go through the entire
Okay,
presentation.
all right. I'm sorry.
And
I'll
then
mute
you guys
myself
can go back
So-
and forth.
behave. I'll mute myself and behave. I have a lot of opinions.
So I thought it was lightning because I freeze framed it here, and I'm like, okay, so that street light is pulsing, and there's a blue flash that's illuminating all of the ground around. To me, that screams lightning. But having seen the other angle and this car, as you'll see, like driving away, it's just like, wow, I don't know. So, oh, wrong tab. I'm totally in the wrong tab.
It is so blue. It looks like.
It's very blue, right? It's like, it's questionable. It made me go, huh? But here, seeing, I think this is a different angle. It definitely looks like an explosion. Like the second angle made it look way more like an explosion. I don't know what it was, but so basically after
What
that,
are the Georgia Guidestones?
They were
No,
made.
I thought
Oh,
Kari
sorry.
had a breakdown.
Sorry.
oh, no, so the Georgia Guidestones are a load of just like
Because I know what they are. I'm just.
big concrete blocks with instructions on how to cull humanity down to 100 million and live in balance with nature, and it's pretty like eugenicist in terms of its messaging. Pretty wild. There's lots of theories one way or the other, and it's pretty crazy.
Very conspiracy theory surrounded. Very.
It
Well,
is.
because we don't even know who did it, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or do we? I mean, there
Yeah.
was this car seen driving away,
no,
but
No, I'm
no,
talking
no,
about who made the Georgia
Yeah,
Guidestones.
oh,
know
who
who
made? Yeah,
made
that
it.
was.
Yeah.
I think it was Ted Turner, but
Who
No,
the fuck is Ted Turner?
that's
don't-
that's not his name. I
You
don't know
don't
his
know who
name off
Ted
the top
Turner
of my head, but that's not his name.
okay.
But there's like a guy who
Ted
did it.
Cruz.
It probably was fucking Ted Cruz, 100%, because he was a
Ted
Zodiac
Bundy.
killer. But
So,
no, there was
anyway.
a dude who made him, and he made it in a bunch of different languages. Sorry, Kari. I'm going back to mute me.
So they ended up getting knocked over. Now, wait, just bear with me because this story gets a little wilder. There was something else that happened today that is like, huh? Because you had this happen. I thought it was lightning, and then you had somewhere. Where is it? I've got too many tabs open. Oh no, I'm drowning.
It's definitely aliens.
Here we go. So in
Probably.
the town of Vigan City, and I'm not sure what
Vegan?
country it's in. Vigan.
It's a vegan city.
Oh, I did it on the wrong tab. Oh god.
God damn it. And she's
Here we
supposed to be
go.
the one that knows the computer.
I've got 50 tabs open. So a Masonic obelisk was hit by lightning on this, like literally like 12 hours later, and I'm like,
Really?
whoa, that's really weird, right?
Also in Americana?
No, it's in Plaza Salcido in Vigan.
Okay, so a different pot in Vigan.
It's in the Philippines.
Oh, the Philippines.
In the-
I would be
the
interested
Philippines.
to know if we can put draw it on a map.
Right.
If we can find out the distances between those two.
Maybe it's near what's that? I'm not sure if it's in the Philippines. I'm just gonna put a pin in that thought actually, because I don't know what I'm talking about specifically. I just know that there's
That is a Masonic
an ancient
temple.
there's an ancient monument out in the forest, like on top of a hill, that was all like, it was in the Philippines, I think. But that's another thing.
So
But-
if it was lightning, then it happened at these two different locations, the
Right.
same situation.
Also,
but see how different.
Get this, right?
Look at how different
So-
it looks, though, Kari.
It is a little different, but
If it was hit, I mean, if it demolished the Guidestone, not the whole thing, but I would assume that lightning would have the same effect on the obelisk then, and it kind of looks like it was just a little. Blah.
Well, it happened on
little
George
hammer
W.
on the
Bush's
side.
birthday.
I think Jamie was raising her hand.
No, I was just
No, she was
waving.
waving.
I'm behaving.
And hey, I found this fact out. I don't generally go for these kind of theories, but this is an interesting fact.
Bushy poo.
The Georgia Guidestones are exactly 666 miles away from the UN headquarters,
Perfect.
In New York City.
right? It's a little
Hail
weird.
Satan.
It's a little weird.
And they both look like little blocks. There's a lot of things on these Guidestones, though, where I'm surprised that it was even being protected.
So that's
Right.
the interesting part of all of this. And it's funny because some of the people who are like outraged about it are like very conspiracy type people. And so it's interesting because we saw a comment earlier I put up here that said crazy Christians blew it up. That's definitely a possibility of something that could have happened. Like these stones were not something that was necessarily positive. It was literally talking about like genocide.
Right. Literally killing billions of people.
Billions, yeah. To get it under control.
So
This always in my head. I always think of it like Coral Castle. It's just one of those weird fucking conspiracy places where there's so many theories. You'll never know what the truth is. Do you guys remember that block that came off of the Guidestones that had all the symbols on it a few years ago?
No.
Nope.
You never saw about that? It was
Nope.
interesting. I'll see if I find a video.
Huh. But yeah, I'm surprised anyone like that it's protected. And what is there a camera that runs 24/7? Like, are you allowed to
think so.
visit this? I can see that there's a gate around the area. So are you allowed to just walk up
there anytime? No, I believe that it's like, you know, like it's a park, like at dark hours it closes or whatever, some shit like that, I'm
but
sure.
it has cameras running all the time.
Most national
I
parks
can't
do.
find one.
But this ain't no goddamn national park.
No, it's just on
believe-
some private. It's on some private land.
On private land.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I genuinely would love that for it to be lightning because I think that that makes it special, but I think that the whole lightning aspect is just people trying to make it something. Well, it's the lightning that did it, and then I think maybe people who did it don't want to be held responsible.
I'll fully admit I could be
wouldn't
wrong
either.
about it being lightning. I could be fully wrong, but
Like I respect you as a weather woman. I
it
do.
looked, the first angle looked like lightning because of the kind of area illumination from the top, which is generally associated with lightning. But in looking at the daytime footage afterwards, there's no scoring marks on the ground or anything, which is
Oh, and there
You know.
would have been.
there would have been like, you get like patterns in the ground from
Mm-hmm.
lightning, so there would have been something like that. So also, why would it hit granite? Granite is not like magnetic or anything. So
Yeah, that's
And
what
it
I'm
looks
saying.
different from the
I would
obelisk.
love for it to be one in
so
a million.
I think I jumped to conclusions, but it damn well did look like lightning. So
You know what? That's
guys-
what. Listen, sometimes we make
what happens.
mistakes
We do.
when we don't look into things fully, and
I
that
make
happens a lot
mistakes.
on the internet. I'm not calling
Uh-oh.
anyone out in particular. I'm just saying on the internet in general, people see a small picture or clip of something and immediately jump to conclusions without further investigating. You know what I'm saying? And then because I respect that your first initial of oh nope, I know what this is. Whatever. I've never made a mistake. I've made lots of mistakes.
Right.
But I think personally, like I said, I start more videos. I tagged you in some of them where they had like the car coming out.
No, I saw.
Where
And
is
I was
that?
just like,
That's what I need to see. I
Kari didn't
haven't
want to
watched...
respond to that one because she knew I had. She was like, "Oh,
of course."
I'll say that."
Yeah, you kind of had me. I was just like,
I know she didn't even like my comment. She was trying to ignore it.
you don't get that dopamine. Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly
Denied.
Do you guys have a
Denied.
video of the car driving away? Because I didn't
I
get
played
to
it.
see that.
I played it.
I didn't see a car.
Well, let me find it.
Kari.
Bush Kari.
Don't
Can I
make me
tell you
drive
guys-
over there.
Can I tell you guys a dad joke?
Try. You're just
Sure.
gonna sink.
Why was the car embarrassed? Because it had gas.
Oh,
that's cute.
shit.
Oh.
That's adorable. Okay. So was this before or after the explosion?
Afterwards.
After.
Allegedly.
Also, what if they went to see? What if they're like, hey, let's drive by, right? They're going on a burn ride. They just want to fucking smoke their joint.
It's 4:03 a.m.
And they're just sitting there.
That's 10
and
seconds
then
after the explosion.
all of a sudden, boom! If there's an explosion, I'm going to skirt out of there too. But, and that's a good point. Why are they driving on the grass?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want tire marks. Maybe they're skirted
Maybe.
out of there. They didn't want tire
Well, that'd
tracks
be
and then
stupid
to get
because your tire
flames.
tracks would be more on the grass than they would be on the road. Or maybe they're making like a U-turn or something.
Yeah, it makes grass marks. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
they're
can't all be winners.
I think you're exactly. You're in a panic.
Well,
Just do
maybe
some
they were
donuts.
out there and it just exploded and they were like, holy shit, I'm getting out
That's
of
what
here.
I'm trying to say. I think if I were there and that happened, I would also deuces.
Right.
I mean, like, what can be some of the reasons why it would be blown up?
Fuck your grass.
Fuck your grass. That's exactly what they. Well, listen, if they were blowing it up, I don't think they give a fuck about somebody's grass.
Yeah, this is true.
If it was
Oh,
blown
hey.
up on purpose, let's say
I
it's
know
a
who.
bomb.
I know who it was. I know who
we
it
would have
was.
seen someone go over
Like,
there.
It's not 3:33
No,
a.m.
it was 4:03, 33 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But I know who did it. I know the culprit.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
So it was
Guys,
the
so
space
here's the
song.
thing.
Oh,
So here's the thing. Jerry used to have his own emoji, but I had to get rid of Jerry so that I could bring us the fact, sci-fi, and middle bitch ones. What I really wanted to delete was the goat, but out of respect for Bree, I left the goat and I deleted Jerry because I knew that if I deleted her and left Jerry, she would have been very angry at me. So just know that Jerry's not here because we kept the goat.
There's other things we could have gotten rid of. Okay.
Like what? The boys? Don't get rid of the boys. And then UFO yes and UFO no. Those are the only other ones we had.
I'm not trying
For
to hate
sure.
crime anyone.
Bree's hate criming. Spooky's
crime.
right here too. Look, he's right there. You say
Hate
it to
crime.
his face.
No, I wasn't. Listen.
Hate crime.
All right. So to get back on track.
crime.
To get back on track here. We would have seen someone put a bomb into it, right? If it was planted.
No, I think they just chucked it out the window and took off.
Or could it have been a drone
A
strike?
rocket. I think it was a rocket.
Not a drone strike?
I mean, what, like a... Okay. Think about it logically, though. Who's going to have access to a drone with missiles over the
government.
United States of America?
The government and
Exactly.
Russia and maybe North Korea and probably Japan.
Well,
You want me to be realistic?
Could it be to, like, maybe it's a whole psyop? Maybe it was drones. Maybe it was a drone. They struck it down to fuel conspiracies, to draw attention to other things, because we know that happens as well, right? And only the conspiracy theorists kind of know about the Georgia Guidestones. I think there's lots of people in the world that have no idea what it is.
For sure.
Or that it is a conspiracy
this was something
beacon.
I think that this was something personal. I think that this was somebody like, I'm sick of those stones. I'm gonna do something to fuck that shit up.
Well, hey, there was
like a pro-lifer. Like, we shouldn't have to cap how many people live on the world. Let's just run the world into
there was a candidate for an office.
Or something else.
I'll find it.
Yeah, the candidate for office, find that. Or they were trying to distract from something else that was going on in that state during that time. Maybe something else happened and we don't know. Or maybe they're trying to distract from Cern.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
There
for
are
a bigger conspiracy out there for another one, because then it riles shit up. I mean, our government is well known and documented to create drama in order to distract us.
Is it an ongoing investigation, or did they like dust for fingerprints, or they just like, well, this happened?
I believe they immediately came in with a bulldozer and just took it all down.
I did see that, which is interesting. If it was, I guess, some type of crime scene, they probably would have investigated.
And they did not.
So there's a Republican a Republican candidate for governor in Georgia, where the stones are located, who wants to tear them down.
Mm-hmm. They told us what they wanted to do. Some might even say they had to get our permission.
She's so southern.
To at least tell us ahead of time.
So southern it hurts, man.
Is this Australian or what?
This is from Georgia, man. It's real southern.
Southern, where Corey's from.
Have been injected.
God damn it, man.
It's something that took just 9 months to create.
God dang it, Bobby.
Wait, so she's saying that the vaccine is killing everyone?
500 million.
She's fucking crazy from the sounds of it, but she's like,
I'm so confused. What
she's
is her
running
position?
that she thinks that the stones are like satanic, and it all has to do with the global reset and COVID
And with the vaccines?
all of the crazy stuff. Yeah, and she put this out like 2 months ago.
Oh, so it was obviously her camp who blew it up then.
Well, maybe not her camp, but maybe it was a supporter, or she riled
Yeah.
someone up to the point of it happening. Yeah.
Matt has something interesting. He says some people believe the Guidestones has a self-destruct capsule when end times comes.
Right.
That's an interesting revelation. So it blew itself
That's
up.
interesting. That is actually
Or
an
maybe the
interesting
car
idea.
that drove by was the one who hit the button. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
It was like it was already in there, and it was like, bam, it's been.
Maybe
passed
the
down.
car was laser
Maybe-
designating.
Maybe. Oh my God, you guys! It was the Freemasons.
I feel like they would want everyone to know that.
Right. They probably
I don't
would.
know about that. They don't want people to know the Freemasons are still a thing. They're in secret. They're everywhere. They're your uncle. They're your brother. They're your cousin.
They're really, in truth, they're really boring though. Like
They are really
don't,
very
they-
boring,
They
and they just
really
wait
don't
around.
do all the things that conspiracy land thinks
No,
that
they
do.
don't. But
and
maybe
it's-
3 of them do. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's circles and circles.
And like
but,
3 of them look
you know.
exactly like John Wick.
Ooh.
No, it is just John Wick.
I would.
It is
be
just
a
John
Freemason.
Wick. Yeah, for sure.
Whoa.
If that were the case.
They look like John Wick.
It is John Wick.
Trinity, I can fly.
I also heard another theory about there being like certain satanic locations. And when these
pussy.
areas, like certain things happen, like if they blow up or they light on fire, it's like the beginning of, which I guess is like the end times. It's like the beginning of the Antichrist coming back kind of thing. Like all these things start to be activated, and then it's just like boom, 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 boom. And then
So I guess we're looking for the plagues next. Like if we have the swarms of locusts, the famine.
Why are you
the
jinxing it,
first
Jamie?
we just
Stop
got
jinxing
over
it.
a plague.
I mean, you know what? Here's the thing, though. I'm going to be really honest with you. With everything that's been going on in the world, does it not seem slightly perfect right now that it all ends with the apocalypse? Right now, in our time, as like the government's going to admit aliens are real, apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a perfect cherry on top of the simulation.
Is it too early to start drinking?
Never. It's 5 o'clock
Never.
somewhere. The sun's in the sky. Also, it's the middle of the night for you, Kari. Yeah.
Wait,
People
listen.
could be watching this in the morning.
You guys, look at what Lindsay said. A video just came out from the GBI. No idea what that is. Maybe she's meant FBI.
No, it's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Let me have a look.
No, it's the Gerbil Binary Intergalactic
yeah, totally.
Federation.
Oh gosh, I can't with the gerbil. Immediately, I think of Mel Gibson.
Okay. So, what? Okay, no, yeah, we have video. We have video.
You didn't hear? There was all those rumors that he was putting gerbils.
I have been completely disproved now. I was wrong.
Oh, so it was not lightning. Jamie was right.
Jamie was right this time, but here is a video.
Oh my god, no way!
Of someone running over, putting explosives, running away.
Yeah.
And then boom. Okay, we didn't see the boom, but
different clip.
Yo, they had quite the bomb. Oh shit, look at that.
It's an alien.
It's a barrel. It's a barrel.
It's an alien. It's an alien.
Oh shit, it's like that scene in Signs.
It's
oh no.
the fucking Slender Man. It's Slender Man.
No shit.
It definitely looks like a reptilian. I would have said it's the aliens. The aliens.
It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I've been disproved. It was a person.
Richard Gere. So then this person's not going to be like charged with anything?
I mean, I don't think they know who it is. Yeah. Because to me, that looks like Slender Man in the video, so I don't know how they're going to surmise who that was from that. I would assume they would try to get the license plate number of the car, put out an APB for it.
Tread.
Yeah. I mean, if they really wanted to put some work into it, or again, this is some sort of a distraction. That's why we have the weird breadcrumbs with the, the camera angles now and not an actual full video of the whole thing that happened.
You're a Russian fed.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, hard sure. I
love you,
don't know.
Pinzer. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
I hope you feel better too.
Feel better.
So here's the question then. If we know who did it, does that put all conspiracy theories to the side? Does that dump them all?
No.
I think that just changes it to a different kind of conspiracy now. Yeah.
There's a guy that destroyed it, but then there's also the people that put it up and believe in the things that it was saying. So don't conflate the two. Separate them as two separate things.
They are? You think so? Because my initial thought is like, okay, then all the conspiracy theories are gone.
All of them.
All of them. No, around the Guidestones. I guess I can take it off of my list. I've had it in my notes for until the end of time for us to go over it. And we never did. And now it's just a thing of the past.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
do you guys think that they'll put up a new one?
Ooh, I don't know. And unless this does again start the apocalypse and then we're all downhill from here.
Well, it's already been pretty wild so far, but
so I'm saying exactly.
It could have some type of like spell around it,
Here's the thing.
Go down,
can I make a prediction?
We go down together.
I think that we're gonna have some sort of a Jesus-like sky encounter that people are gonna think is Jesus, but maybe it's more alien UFO-y. But I have a feeling we're gonna get like a very in the sky soon. And it's gonna drum up some drama. I don't know. I'm just the way the world is going on. Something just told me to say that, so that's my.
Ooh, I'm gonna be watching.
Prediction.
Like it'll look like Mary. You know how like sometimes it looks like Mary is in things, and people are like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Oh, see right here, Anthony. Yes, false idols will appear. It's exactly what I'm saying. 100%. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I feel like something like that's gonna happen very soon.
Who?
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 I'm scared.
Who? What?
I'd like to redo that, but with blood.
I was gonna say, why do you have a video of the Zodiac Killer?
I told you that the Zodiac Killer was coming to visit, and he's here.
I'm sick of the Zodiac Killer.
Uncle Ted.
I
Uncle
like
Ted
that,
had
the
to come
Zodiac
visit.
Killer, but not Uncle Ted. So I mean, Uncle. He's literally.
Thank you.
The devil. I don't like him at all.
No, I don't either.
He
abandoned the whole state.
Yeah, when Texas was going on, he was like, okay.
That's exactly what he was doing on vacation. And then everyone booed him on the plane. That was the best part.
Don't be a fucking whore!
Brasso saw Jesus in his French bread.
That's what I'm saying. Some shit like that. 100%, Brassel. That's exactly this kind of stuff that's going to start happening soon.
Well, then we're also just going to get back to the thought on if all of this weird shit is happening because of CERN.
Wait.
It drifted people into a different timeline. There have been Mandela effects. Stop. No more memes, please.
Is Brasselhoff's French bread flat? Is it a flat bread?
Yeah, it'd be a flat bread because the world's flat, so bread would have to be flat as well. No yeast.
Right? Yeah, it's a crusty way to live, right?
He's living real Jewish-like.
So I've been seeing more Mandela effects pop up that people are saying has happened since CERN. And
Boris Johnson resigned. That happened.
Oh, there you go. He and over some fucking bullshit, man. That was crazy. Like, this motherfucker skirted through that little fucking hearing thing that y'all have over there where it's testing confidence or whatever. And what got him was because he elected somebody who just is out there sexually assaulting people, and his entire team just said, I quit, goodbye, nope. And that's what fucking done him under. That's
good.
Some CERN shit. That's some CERN shit.
I'm open
Question,
to it.
what do we have to do to convince Biden to take after him?
Boris Johnson also played rugby and tackled children. It's pretty funny.
We just need
You guys
someone
wanna
to
watch
like remind
let's do it.
Biden of how nice naps are, so he could just stop sleepwalking when he goes, and does his presidential things. He was literally just sleepwalking.
This is the video that is
wild. Let's see.
He was talking about
Presidential nap time. Oh, did you say this was at the Special Olympics?
Well, when he's involved, you'd think so, right?
He is known as the Donald Trump of the UK.
He was like, sorry about that. You understand.
Sorry about that.
The poor kid has like a dislocated shoulder.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Soy Dora.
My gut, my intuition feels like something has been off for over a week now.
Mm-hmm.
I told Jamie I'm dead girl. I feel like I'm literally I'm just ghost girl. Like I feel
Are you
like
sure it's not collective trauma from Stranger Things?
I feel like I'm already dead.
I'm gonna feel honest with you. I feel like my trip over the equator was weird.
Threw you off?
Yeah. My trip over the equator twice was very interesting. I felt.
Did it mess with your magnetic
field?
system?
I will say that I felt definitely going through it twice, like both times. I was like,
I'm curious if anyone else has felt weird, or if it's just
I couldn't
us.
tell. Like the next day, like I just felt like off, and then like I would look at where we were, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great cruise, Jamie.
I was just
I want to go.
No, things
so
are
bad.
just weird. Like I told Kari about how like all of a sudden there was a battery that Josh and I had been looking for forever, and I was in it. Weird. We were looking for a Stizzy charger, the vape pen. It's like in that little box, in a box.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for one of the chargers for like days and days. We've looked everywhere. And I was driving in my car earlier that day. Nothing in my cup holders, okay? Just for the record. I'm at my parents' house all day, and then Josh meets me there, and we go home in my car. And while we're driving, I look in the center console, and the battery is right there. So I was like, oh, when did you find the battery? And he's like,
I didn't.
Shut up, I didn't. When did you find the battery? I'm like, I didn't. And we go back and forth. Like, you swear you didn't find it? No. I said, well, how did it get here? I don't fucking know. You didn't put it there. Nothing is in my cup holders, but all of a sudden the battery, it just appears in the cup holders.
That's pretty wild.
And then before that, we were moving our couch around, vacuuming, which I've done numerous times. My grandma doesn't come to my house, but we were vacuuming because my grandma was going to come to my house to feed my animals while we were out to Chicago. Mm-hmm. And when we moved it, all of a sudden one of her credit cards was like in my couch, like in under a part of the couch.
In it. Yeah.
And I was just like, how the fuck did this get here? And we're
like not just
I
fall out
have
of the
no
pocket
idea because
she
hasn't been here.
She doesn't like sit on your couch, yeah.
Well, she hasn't come to my house.
I know, so I'm saying she doesn't like sit on your couch, just like, so like it shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, then there's just like like one of her credit cards, which I keep forgetting to tell her. I told
Keep
Kari I
saying.
forgot to tell her when I told Kari the story, and I just remembered that I also forgot to tell her again.
Shame on you. Shame on
Like,
you.
hey, have you been missing a
Oh,
credit
snap.
card? Watch her say she's been missing it for like 5 years since she closed it like
Probably.
5 years ago. But it's like
I
things
bet.
like that. Or like my computer just going straight black and then just kicking me out of everything on Friday in the middle of trying to be on Chop Shop. And then the giant battery thing that we have on the floor here where I have all the shit connected to, like all of a sudden just died. Just like things just aren't fucking working. And I know that Chad had issues too. Charge what? My computer? My computer was charged. My computer was plugged into the wall charging.
Thanks for that heads up in the chat. That's
Billionaire
interesting.
buys 20-foot tall Cold War era radar system to hunt UFOs. Founder of autonomous car company worth up to $250 million asked the public what he should do with the technology once it's brought back to life. Let's go.
Like, what are they
Right?
supposed
That's
to
pretty
say?
wild.
Maybe.
Look for Nick Pope's credentials.
Ew.
Open up
I
Kids
kid,
R
I
Us
kid.
again. How about that? Put all
That's what I'm
just
saying.
find things,
Free.
sell it, and put your money back into
If
Kids
your
R Us.
grandma doesn't know the credit card's missing, it can't hurt to make a few purchases on Amazon.
It's probably it's a Saks.
That's pretty wild. that
One.
can
Thank
just
you,
buy that.
David.
What else can you buy if you have that amount of money?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Why not?
is there other tools that we could pool money towards as a
All I
public
want-
entity and like
okay,
be like, oh, we want to
well-
buy that, and it'll help
Well,
us.
I would
track
say
things.
if you had enough money to buy something, I would recommend buying a tank, specifically from the Middle East area, because what ends up happening is they fill it with gold, and then you get it back to the States, and then you open it up, and then it's just a tank filled with gold. That's happened like several times. So like,
Has
if you
it
really
really?
have yes, if you really have money to blow, tanks.
Well,
Use
Lord.
tanks filled with gold.
Jesus.
It's in the
So,
walls.
Is
I
that
really
gold
wanna-
legal?
who cares?
I don't know.
It should
I mean,
be because it
is the
just comes
government
on
going
the
to come and
earth.
be like, that's our gold?
I think
Most
here's the
likely.
thing with gold or something like that. Like you can
It's
just melt that
hidden.
shit down. You can't trace it. I don't think you have to like report that to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't it
Right.
hidden in the
So I'm saying no one's gonna know. They're just gonna think you bought a tank.
what's the state? Is it Kentucky? I think
Yeah,
it's
Enzo.
Kentucky that
Google it.
has the or maybe it's rumored. I think Kentucky is where like they apparently like gathered all the gold and hid it.
Underground.
I don't know, like the government hid all this gold. That's just it's a thing. A weird conspiracy.
I thought that they can't have all the gold in one place because they're afraid that someone's gonna rob them. So gold is scattered all throughout like the United States in tons of different weird vaults and things.
I mean,
I
that-
think
that
they
does make
gathered it
sense.
all to keep the Anunnaki away from us. We've dug enough gold out for you.
There you go,
don't
dropping
need
those
any more.
$50 words. What's the Anunnaki, Brie?
Yeah, Jesus, what's an Anunnaki?
Is that a type of enchilada?
Those from the sky.
Chimichanga?
No, those
Taco?
who came from the heavens.
Like a soft shell taco?
There you go. How do I know these words?
Yes, exactly.
It is. It's
right
those
there,
who
Commander
came from the
King.
heavens. Okay.
I've read
yes,
that too, actually.
and
That's an interesting theory.
And some.
Anunnaki's have something to do with that too.
It's called Zachariah Sitchin. That's where that comes from. And that was his research, that it was that humans were basically manufactured as
To be
like a
slaves.
race, to be a slave race, and to dig for them. What's even more interesting
What's the
is
source?
all of this comes from the Sumerian tablets.
Sumerian tablets and Billy Carson.
All of this comes from the Sumerian. No, you're thinking of the Emerald tablets. And the
I was just fucking with Kari. That's all.
Kari, what did you ask?
Let's just move on. Let's
no.
move on. Let's just run.
So
Just run
what's
away.
interesting is in the I'm always trying to stay on topic, and if anyone realizes, I'm here with these two, always trying to throw me off.
Sorry.
Have you
So
met us?
in the in the Sumerian talks about all this, that we were basically a slave race to dig up gold.
Take cocaine.
Which predates the Bible. If you read the translations, it actually sounds just like the beginning of Genesis. It sounds like when Adam and Eve were put together, except it's almost like it's in a lab, like a laboratory. So opposed to like all these different words thrown around and it's all mystical and you have to like look into the symbolism of it. It sounds very much like a genetic operation that was done, but yet sounds just like Adam and Eve. And I think that is so interesting. If anyone's interested in that, you should for sure look that up and look up the
if you're interested in that,
translations.
you should also look into the fact that Eve was not the first woman.
It was Lilith. She was dope.
Yeah.
Lilith was made,
my ride or
but
die.
because she would not submit to Adam, she took off, and that's when God took the rib from Adam and made something just like him who would listen.
Right, Adam, like the Adam that creates life.
Oh, also
There's
like
just
the
so
Adam,
much-
like the apple that Adam ate because it wasn't
And
Eve.
Adam's
exactly.
If anyone wants to talk about that,
No, I'm good.
okay.
So yes, I think it's interesting that gold is still the most precious metal that we have, and it's so highly regarded, and it's shrouded in this conspiratorial history. Only conspiratorial if you don't believe in aliens, and because it's not the overall accepted storyline of historian academias.
Macadamias.
They do
Macadamia nuts.
They do want to mine gold from asteroids, though.
Which is interesting. Like, just get it from here.
Well, we're starting to run out.
But then, see, the thing about that is that now, instead of having, like, slaves in mines for gems like we do now, we're just going to throw them on an intergalactic ship or what? And then now we're going to have slaves in space.
No, it's going to be more like drone missions where, like, basically like a kind of like the rovers that land on Mars. It's like a machine that's dropped off. It'll pump everything out and then shoot itself a little capsule back
my
when it
God.
collects.
Watch
no people involved.
Watch the
people
drone.
free, so it'll be cheaper labor technically because you don't have to pay robots.
Except all the aliens watching us see that thing load up, and as soon as it loads up, they land, take it with them, and then we'll say, "Oh my God, who put that there?"
Who put that there?
We're just on a rabbit hole of conversations now.
Yeah,
Who put that there?
we are.
Who put that there? Robo slaves? I don't think so. I mean, there's lots of people. No, there's people more that were into the like secret space program theories that we already have an intergalactic slave trade, and a lot of that happens to tie in with like human trafficking and children that are born that are unaccounted for, people that are like giving birth like in their backyard, and they don't write a script for you that says you're like a human, and then they sell you off to the dark people, and then you get put in the slave trade, and then you go into an intergalactic ship, and then you are tossed off into the cosmos to work your ass off.
Who put that there? Who put that there?
And I am in no way, shape, or form saying that this is true. I'm just spitting conspiracies out now at this point. So
yes,
I'm done for the day.
I was like, we're
done for the day. Don't put any more, no more garbage in your mind.
It was like it was fun to hang out with you guys and riff and chit chat about all the weird stuff going on. Bree, I'm very proud of us for being on TV, movie, whatever the fuck it is, the computer. Cheers to us. We are amazing, and just deal with it.
Awesome. Hey,
and we've been working really hard for a very long time.
Shout out to the quartering.
Shout out
for
to
that
$50
super chat.
Like,
shout out.
If anyone wants to take after his footsteps, like I so condone that.
Oh yeah. Also, if you guys want to buy our merch,
right?
We do have
some
things up
follow
there.
These guys at Totty Wabber on Twitter, and follow me at Fires of Truth.
Exactly,
you know what
on
to do.
Twits, yes.
Find us on the twit.
Yes, and tell your friends and family about us.
That is Twitter.
Buy some merch.
Buy
some merch so that in public people ask you, and then you can tell them all about us. And
you
so
can also give us merch ideas
with my face that says "I hate it here." Please buy it and wear it proudly.
Yeah, and if you guys want, you guys should 100% buy merch and
shout out to Commander Keen.
Tell us, like, do you guys want me to put this on a shirt?
No.
Yes.
No.
Do you guys want me to put this on a shirt?
Absolutely.
Thank you for your feedback, and go fuck yourself.
No, Jamie.
Shout out
the last
to Commander Keen.
Jamie, the last
Shout
one.
out to Commander Keen. This one's for you, Commander Keen. Shout out guys
That
are
was
my
my
I
favorite.
fucking
You're
I
such a
hate you
fucking
both.
homie.
I hate you both. I'm out of here.
Favorite.
I'm out of here.
It's my favorite. Listen.
I did make a closing out video, by the way.
She's gone. Do you want? Oh wait, never mind.
No, I came back. I heard you were talking shit, Jamie.
I was like, sorry. I was gonna show
What?
more pictures of you that I made.
Don't be a fucking whore.
Don't tell
I
me
am
to not to be.
fucking
Don't
bored.
slut shame.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna wave until the live ends. So bye, everybody.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.